This is Governor Greg Abbott. Welcome to the Taste of Texas virtual cookout. Thank you to Billy Bob's Texas, the Texas Restaurant Association, and Lux 214 Media for putting this event together. You know, this is a challenging time for all Texans, especially restaurant workers. But Texans are resilient and always up to helping others in need. So thank you for what you're doing to support our restaurants by ordering curbside and delivery, or by purchasing pantry staples and alcohol to go. As we safely reopen the state, we need Texans to continue supporting restaurants and their employees. Also, consider making a contribution to help out. Text Dishing Out Relief to 833-970-0618. Together, we will continue to safely open Texas, and we will keep Texas the best place for dining.
Hi, this is Dr. Emily Williams-Knight, President and CEO of the Texas Restaurant Association. I want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. Clearly, the impact of COVID-19 and the government shutdown has had a tremendous impact on the restaurant sector. You know, before this, we had 50,000 restaurants and eating establishments across Texas. We had more than 1.4 million employees calling our industry home. And last year alone, we contributed $70 billion in sales. As you know, today, we've already lost 700,000 jobs. We know that 10% of restaurants across our great state have already closed, and we expect that number to reach even 30% by the time we're through the crisis. The Restaurant Relief Fund was really established as a way to help those independent restaurants across our state. And those are the restaurants, if you think about your own hometown, a mom and pop breakfast shop, or your local diner or eater or restaurant that you go to after your Friday night football games. And so when the crisis began, we knew we had to help those restaurants. And if those restaurants were healthy and strong, then we'd be able to have healthy and strong employees working in those institutions. And so today we've raised $2.2 million, but our goal is $10 million. And we know that $2.2 million is not enough. And so we are doing this concert tonight. We are doing everything we can to make sure that we can raise and hit that $10 million mark. Just so you know, we've already given out 400 grants. So 400 independent restaurants have received a grant from the Texas Restaurant Association and the Texas Restaurant Relief Fund. And that grant has gone to helping them at least keep employees, maybe keeping their doors open for one more week. And there's nothing more important than when an owner sends you a note thanking you for what you've done for them and the contributions that different organizations as well as grassroots effort and individuals across the state have contributed. We know we can get to that $10 million mark. So I really want to thank Billy Bob's of Texas. I've actually had a chance to go there when I first arrived into Texas. It's an amazing place. All of the chefs, the bartenders, the musicians, all the individuals that really make restaurants what they are. And we want to get them back to work and to doing as much as they can as soon as possible. And so I really want to thank them for being in the midst of their own crisis and lending their time and talent to our event this evening. And I also want to do a special thank you to Governor Abbott. You know, when this crisis began, I had never met Governor Abbott. I had been a citizen of Texas for quite a while, but really watching him manage and try to balance the good of public health with the economy, that's no easy feat for anyone. But I'm really grateful for the support that he's given to our sector, for the way his team has partnered with myself and our board to make sure that restaurants remain at the forefront, and really going to thank him for the work that we'll do in the future to make sure that our restaurant industry can survive and also thrive in the years to come. So to kick it off, I want to start with a great beverage. Everyone loves a great beverage. So our first demo comes from one of Dallas' legendary bartenders, Lucky Campbell, who runs the Standard Pour and the Clover Club. If you haven't had a chance to be there, they're very, very special places. So let's have a great night. Thank you again to everyone, and let's try to give as generously as we're able to, and let's keep Texas independent restaurants alive and well, and let's get them through this crisis. Thank you.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm Eddie Lucky Campbell, mixologist, owner of Parliament, Standard Pour, and the Clover Club. And we are doing a very cool event here for you. This is a virtual cocktail class along with several virtual cooking classes, all for a great fundraiser brought to you by Lux 214 Media Group and the Texas Restaurant Association, all raising money for a great cause, the Texas Restaurant Relief Fund, which a cause I very much support, and thank you very much, TRA and Lux 214, for thinking of all the hospitality industry in a time of need like this. All right, so May is barbecue month. I know many of the chefs are doing some great barbecue recipes, and so we've got a cocktail here to match. This is going to be a smoked spiced apple old fashioned. Now, this is a very advanced cocktail. I'm not holding back here. This is not an easy to make cocktail, but we will walk you through it slowly so that you can make this at home. It's a very cool whiskey cocktail, the smoked spiced apple old fashioned. All right, the smoked spiced apple old fashioned is modeled after, let's start with just the old fashioned. An old fashioned would be a sugar cube, a little bit of orange peel or lemon peel. The original would be lemon peel, bourbon, rye, whiskey of your choice, Angostura bitters, a little bit of water over the sugar cube and the orange or lemon zest, and we would mix that up, pour it over ice, garnish it with some cherries and some more citrus zest, and that would be a great old-fashioned right there. Okay, so the things that we're going to do to enhance this flavor is I have made a spiced apple infusion here, which I'm going to show you how to make, and then I also have a spiced, it's a fall spice. It has a little bit of maple syrup in it, but this is a syrup with all the fall spices, brown sugar, maple syrup, a lot of rich and sweet flavors there. We're gonna make the old fashioned with those ingredients, and then we're gonna smoke it with some apple chips. All right, so the first thing we're gonna need to do is teach y'all about this infusion and about making this syrup, which you can do both of them very easily at home. All right, so come follow me. I'm gonna show you how to make those. Let's go to the kitchen. So here we go. We're gonna make our smoked ember or maple ember syrup. Come on over here. Let me show you some ingredients here. These are the ingredients. This is all you need. We got some cinnamon sticks, some allspice, some star anise, some nutmeg, brown sugar, maple syrup, and 2 pinches of coffee grounds. 2 pinches of coffee grounds just gives it a little body in this syrup right here. Okay, and I'm gonna list out all these ingredients for you so you don't have to remember this, but we're gonna start with 2 cups of water, 1 cup of brown sugar. Woo, excuse the wall. All right, we're gonna do a 1/2 cup of maple. Maple syrup is so strong. We just want a little bit of maple flavor to come through. It works very well with the smoke. All right, we got 1/2 cup of maple syrup. Okay, cinnamon sticks, allspice and star anise, a little bit of nutmeg. Actually, I like quite a lot of nutmeg. And we're gonna just get that pinch of coffee grounds in there. All right. We're gonna bring this to a boil and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay. Well, that's going to work. Let's make our infusion here. Okay. We've got these sliced apples. We can get all these sliced apples in here. Now listen, you don't even have to worry about how many sliced apples, because we're just gonna cover the apples with bourbon. All right, and then all of the same spices, same amount of spices even, as the syrup, except for those coffee grounds. Get some nice nutmeg in there. probably use a touch more nutmeg will be fine, but let's see here. We're just gonna cover these apples and spices up with this bourbon. I like using Old Forester. Old Forester is my favorite bang for the buck bourbon. There we go. Well, in this case, that'll be a whole bottle. Perfect. All right. And then when we make that infusion, we're gonna let it sit. There's nothing wrong with checking on it. Maybe every 2 or 3 days, check on it, taste it. It's always fun to check and taste your infusions. It's a fun work in progress. But then after a couple of weeks, and it looks a little dingy, but after a couple of weeks, go ahead and zoom in on that. It'll probably look like this. The apples are just about fermenting at this time. And you can smell, I mean, it's got a lot of cinnamon on the nose, and you can just tell, you know, when it gets really rich with apple and those spices, you can take all of that out and bottle it the way we have it bottled over by our bar station. Okay, that's the trick to making the syrup and the infusion. And we'll have those ingredients listed for you and some good quantity recommendations. And I'll see you back in the bar. Okay, so now that we've made our maple ember syrup and our spiced apple infusion, we're ready to make our old fashioned here, the smoked spiced apple old fashioned. All right, I'm gonna use 3/4 ounce of our maple ember syrup. About 3/4 ounce of water or soda water. And let me tell you about a little pet peeve here. Always people are talking about 2 ounces of spirit going into their cocktail, but we're making these at home. We don't have to worry about how light the cocktails are. I think this should be 3 ounces. 3 ounces of spirit going into the cocktail. All right, let's add some lemon zest. Normally when I make an old fashioned, I like to use orange zest. I think the orange and bourbon go really well together. I could argue that lemon's better with the rye. I think orange goes great in all old fashions, but because I'm trying to brighten up the apple in this one, I'm using lemon. Two lemon peels. All right. And the most important ingredient, Angostura bitters. I'll say 3 dashes, 3 good dashes will do the trick. Now, here's where it gets tricky. We're gonna take that old fashioned that we just made, and we are going to pour it into another vessel, a decanter, something that you can seal. Okay, now you will need a smoking gun. And you can get these at Sur La Table, or you can get these online. Applewood. I get the blowtorch to work. Okay, now we're gonna smoke that, a pretty thick smoke. It doesn't need to be crazy thick, but you want it to be pretty dense in there. All right. We're gonna swirl the old fashioned in that smoke. We're gonna go ahead and garnish the drink. Cherries and that final lemon peel. And voila, here is the smoked spiced apple old fashioned. Go ahead and zoom in on the old fashioned here. Enjoy.
Hey, I'm Nathan.
I'm Sarah, and we are co-owners and co-chefs of Foreign and Domestic in Austin, Texas.
Today we're going to make a Texas, or our version of a Texas potato salad using some smoked fingerling potatoes, a bunch of house pickles, house bacon, whatever else we decide to put in.
You can really use any pickles that you have in your house. So we have some staples that we always keep around the restaurant that we absolutely love. You'll find them in a lot of the things that we use. Pickled red onions are definitely our number one. And then we've got pickled mustard seeds as well, which is a close second, if not right even tied.
One of the other cool ingredients that we're using today is wild foraged ramps. They're available for 1 or 2 months during the spring season. They're a really special ingredient that we look forward to using every year. They're kind of like a wild leek, has a little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion taste, something kind of unique that you can't get from anything else really.
They're a little bit hard to find, especially at the time of year that maybe they're not in season. So you can use wild onions, you can use scallions. If you use scallions, add a little touch of garlic as well.
So first thing we're going to do, we're going to start off, we're going to make just a standard mayonnaise. So we'll separate some eggs, like five or so eggs probably. Separate the yolks and the whites. Sarah's going to chop up some of our house-made bacon and get that rendering.
You can tell them about my eggs.
Oh, well, these eggs are from our house. We have, 60-ish chickens. I lost count. Sarah's rubbing these. She probably has them all named.
The farm fresh eggs definitely make a difference in flavor and color of anything you put them in. This bacon, you can use any bacon from the store, but I like to use this bacon because Nathan makes it. He's pretty good at it.
It's made from Heritage Berkshire pork bellies.
Chevy dog.
Yeah. Sometimes. We try to use the local farmers when we can. Right now, it's actually even a better time to use the local farms with all the shortages and whatever's going on in the processing world.
All this madness.
So, we got our egg yolks, put them in the bowl. It's going to be our base for our mayonnaise.
And I'm just sauteing the bacon right now, and I'm going to add these ramps to it in just a minute.
Alright. We will put in a little Dijon mustard to help the emulsification. The mayo makes it taste really good. We'll squeeze in some lemon juice. Here. What you doing there?
I'm just going to cut up the ramps so that they saute in the bacon fat real nice. Got to keep all the bacon fat, of course.
mixing that up. Put in some salt and pepper. Start making our mayonnaise. Can you help? Can you do that? Yeah.
You want to add the oil slow, but not too slow.
Too slow.
Too slow?
Start off slow. Get your emulsification and then you can go faster.
Yeah.
I think.
You can also just use a jar.
Are you burning anything?
Not burning yet. There's lots of different ways you can make mayonnaise. This is just using traditional salad oil. But if you had a lot of bacon fat left over from breakfast, you could get that a little bit warm so it's liquid. You could use some of that. Gives it a lot of flavor. Ooh, you put the water in it.
Like a touch of water. Maybe so.
I think it's good.
Alright.
Touch of water.
It's getting a little bit thick. It's super shiny, like it might break. Just a touch of water. Thin it out just a little bit. Help that emulsification as well.
Gives it that creaminess.
Yeah. That's what we're looking for there. Sweet. All right, we got the first part. So we've previously smoked some potatoes out on the grill. We got a big green egg, threw them on there, let them smoke through. Pretty awesome, little fingerling potatoes. We'll cut these guys up into about bite-sized pieces, like so. I guess traditionally you use just throw it anywhere. Traditionally you use like some red potatoes or
You can
something.
use the marbled potatoes too, the little baby ones. I like those in my potato salad, just cut in half. And they roast on the grill real nice too, they get nice and sweet. But that's only if you're getting real fancy. We're just putting ramps and things.
Yeah. How's the bacon?
It's good. It's not rendering as fast as I want it to, but we've got time. I'm gonna cut, our pickled red onions are a little bit long, so I'm gonna cut them down so they're nice. It's the bowl for mixing. Do you wanna go right in there?
Sure.
You don't want a long string of onion in your potato salad.
I guess.
I know.
What else you got to cut? Some chives?
Yeah, put some chives in there. Maybe some of the green part of the ramp.
Oh yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Potato salad is traditional, but you can kind of wing it any way you want. I know my mom likes to do boiled eggs and dill pickles and big chunks of raw onion, and that's nostalgia for me. This I like too. It's a little fancier.
I like pickles and mustard. That's
Well, and a lot of yellow mustard my mom uses.
I like the Dijon mustard. I like
And
the spice.
dill. Fresh dill.
Like dill?
The point being, though, you can do anything you want, change it how you want it, and use what you got in the fridge.
Yeah, absolutely. Using whatever ingredients you have on hand.
Right. So do you want to put the ramps while I tend to the ramp and the chives?
We got some nice little chives. We'll just give them a nice slice. Add a bit in there. They like to use a lot of herbs at the restaurant. A lot of the soft herbs, tarragon, parsley, chives. I think it's just another complexity to the dish, freshness to it.
Fresh.
Also, you know, you gotta have a little splash of green, a little bit of freshness. So, a little beige.
Give me. I think we're good.
Yeah,
What do you think?
it's good.
Got some of that fat. You don't think it'll break our mayo, do you?
Maybe.
I don't want fat in. I like bacon fat.
Those wraps smell awesome.
Yeah, I do.
You can always use it for something else.
Yeah. Make mayo with it.
Just cook some eggs with it. Bacon and wraps.
Oh, yeah.
Not too bad. Let's get a mix first.
She already salt and pepper the potatoes.
Yeah, I heavily seasoned them before we cooked them, but I imagine it probably needs a little more seasoning.
I'm gonna get some
More
porks.
so the taste of it. A little more salt and pepper.
It's the best part of potato salad is eating it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it still looks good just like this. But
You gotta show them. Can you see it?
it tastes well, I'm sure it tastes. Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mayonnaise?
I think that's about the only thing that can make it better.
You got my spoon.
I got some big spoon right here. One spoon in some mayonnaise.
How else do you get it in there?
I just dump it in there. Oh yeah.
So you can tell we
The
use
color's
eggs from the
awesome.
house because they're yellow mayonnaise. That's probably gonna ask.
Some turmeric in it or something.
They're happy chickens. They eat lots of bugs, eat lots of grass. They eat all the scraps from the restaurant. So any lettuce that's started to go, strawberry tops, seed sacks from the butternut squash, they get all of it.
Does that look alright?
Yeah,
Did you eat that?
right? Maybe.
You're gonna eat some?
Oh yeah. You gotta stop moving it.
Or mixed up real good. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Does it need some help? Okay, more pickle?
No.
No more pickle, less cheese?
Okay. Yes. Another one.
I was thinking it needs a teeny
No,
bit
they're
more acid.
I think you gotta put it in a bowl before I eat it all.
It's fine. I haven't been putting too many things in bowls lately. Mostly to-go boxes.
What is this thing called again?
Alright. So, before we eat it all out of this one, we put it pretty quick. Yeah.
It's almost like a cross between German style potato salad and traditional. It's got all that bacon in there and the ramps and it's uber creamy.
Yeah. I like kind of a hybrid.
Fancy.
With some fresh herbs on it.
Something. A little crunchy salt, my daughter calls it, all gone. And pepper. I love pepper. Alright, now you gotta taste it. Now it tastes better.
That's better because it's in a bowl.
Mhm.
Fancy bowl. Yeah, I don't even need
Okay.
any barbecue. I just eat that one.
I don't know about that. I need some barbecue. Thanks for joining us, y'all.
What is happening, Billy Bob's, Texas? my lifelong dream was to play Billy Bob's, and the Statesboro Revue, my band, was lucky enough to play there several times. The first of which was just unbelievable. I don't even remember the show. That's how much fun it was. Backstage at Billy Bob's, anybody that's been back there knows that it's an absolutely amazing time. The crowd that come to Billy Bob's, they love music almost more than anywhere else I've ever been. I guess maybe Green Hall is the only other place that comes to mind when I think of a historic venue that bands spend their entire careers trying to play, and that fans just flock to because they want to support music. So, test out this real quick here. I am honored to be a part of this. And, well, first of all, I'm Stuart Mann of the Statesboro Revue. You are coming, or I am coming to you live. You're not coming to me from anywhere. I have no idea where you're coming from. This is brought to you by my upstairs office, which is my man cave, I guess. I don't know. I mean, if you could tell, it's like the mountains, you know. I did want to bring this up, that I have these pillows that have been in a closet for a little while, and I know that Bree Bagwell, good friend of mine, is going to be a part of this. It is very, it's got a very New Mexico theme to it. I love it. I love New Mexico. Hope you're doing well, Bree. Hope everybody out there listening, tuning in to Billy Bob's feed is doing well, getting through this, recognizing the things that mean the most to you in life. So, let's see here. What am I going to do? Didn't even really tune my guitar. I was going to do a mic check, but it just feels good. All right, this is called Satisfied. Pretty little girl from Arkansas, picture in a frame upon my wall, that's all. I got in my sights, throwing little rocks from the curb, praying that that don't hear a word I hold. Finally catch your eye. Yes, I will give you everything that I can. Get you by my side. Helpless, hopelessly, totally focused, I swear. I keep you satisfied. I keep you satisfied. Every day when you walk by, it shines just like the sun so high. That's why I'm down on my There's one for you. Keep You Satisfied. That song is on our, I don't even know, most recent album. We haven't put out a full-length album in a long time. We've been hitting the road playing, and I was in a car accident last January, so almost a year and a half ago. So if I know we've had a lot of requests from folks in the DFW area ask us about, you know, what the status is of touring, when we're going to be back up that way. And we miss you guys. We love you guys. We hope to get up there soon. Just had some stuff I had to deal with injury-wise, tore up my shoulders. I'll spare you the details of that accident. But wasn't able to play guitar for a long time. Still a little bit difficult. But for Billy Bob's Texas anything, you know, I will gladly fight through some pain to play a show for Billy Bob's Texas. I love everybody affiliated with that place. It is such a historic place. It's like a little small piece of heaven when you go into there. So I'll give you another song. I think I'm supposed to play 3 songs, which is short for a show, but fine with me, from my living room. Let's see. What am I going to do for you here? Let's do, this is our newest song. It is a dancing song. So, the thing I love about Billy Bob's, almost more than anything, is the fact that people love to dance. People love to dance to anything you're playing. It's absolutely amazing to play a song and see a packed dance floor. I'm going to invite my kid to play Billy Bob's for the first time, if that's all right with you. You want to come up here? Come on. This is my 4-year-old, now 4. His name's Conley. Want to say hi?
Hi.
Scoot over a little bit. There you go. Actually, come on this side over here. Come here. Very professional we are here. This is everyone's life right now, on every Zoom call, every phone call, anything you're doing. Hey, that's my phone case. So let's play a song, bud. All right? And actually, Conley sang on this song in the studio, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Was it awesome? Mm-hmm. You know what song I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite song?
What is it?
What song did you sing in the studio? Here's
To the Night.
Here's to the Night. Was it fun recording that in the studio?
Uh-huh.
Did you have so much fun? Do you want to say anything? Like, I'm Conley, Stuart Man. You want to introduce yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You did really good in the interview earlier.
Nah.
No, you're good. You just want to sing? Okay. You get nervous under the lights? So for those of you that don't know, if you see all these lights going off, we've had to step it up. I have had to step it up and make it feel like it's an actual venue, because the first one I did was terrible. So I bought some lights, bought a microphone. It still may sound terrible. I don't know. I'm not a professional sound guy. I'm just doing the best I can. Appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting music. So it's called Here's to the Night, and my son Conley's gonna sing with me. Well, a lie said I didn't need you, and I lied many times before, and I cried to keep from going under. Yes, sometimes I wonder if we ever had a chance. And it's times like this that I realize you could come not, but you won't. It's times like these it takes everything not to pick up the phone. So here's to the night, the only thing that gets me on my feet, the only thing that gets me being me, the only thing that gets me out that door. Yeah, here's to the night, the only time I'm feeling sane, the only time I feel no pain, the only time I'm screaming out your name. Yeah, here's to the night. And I drank for each second of sorrow, 'cause I know tomorrow I'm gonna feel the pain. Yeah, my pain. what you want. It's times like these, it takes everything not to pick up the phone. So here's to tonight. The only thing that gets me on my feet, the only thing that gets me being me, the only thing that gets me out that door. Yeah, here's to tonight. The only time I'm feeling sane, the only time I feel no pain, the only time I'm screaming out your name. Yeah, here's to the night. So casual, no nerves in the world. So here's to the night. The only thing that gets me on my feet, the only thing that gets me being me. Go for it. Do it again. Yeah, here's to the night. Louder. The only time I feel the same, the only time I feel no pain, the only time I'm screaming out your name. Yeah, here's to the yeah, bud. All right, buddy. Good job. He's tired. It is past his bedtime. All right, tell him bye if you're going to leave.
Bye.
Say bye, Billy Bob's Texas.
Bye, Billy Bob's Texas.
Maybe I'll see you sometime.
I'll see you sometime.
All right. You can stay here if you want. I'm going to play another song. You're good? Tell him what you're going to go do. If you're going to leave, what are you going to go do? You're going to go...
I really need a snack, but the lights are all off. But I can't see.
Okay.
Sometimes when the lights are off, I'm scared.
Okay, I got you. I'm going to come right down there. I have one more song to play for Billy Bob's, and then I'll be right down there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to stay here and go around here.
Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to play one more song for you and get out of here. Thank you very much for letting me be a part of this. I really hope that it sounds okay. I didn't even do a mic check. I just felt like rolling. The way I write songs is very organic. When I write a song, I try not to overthink it. When I play a show, I don't overthink it. It's not scripted. It's natural, man. It's music, baby. That's what makes independent music so amazing, and that's what makes Billy Bob's even more amazing, is that independent artists like myself can play Billy Bob's Texas. Biggest honky tonk in the world. Greatest stage on earth. And I don't know what he's doing now. Be careful, bud. Don't fall. Don't fall. I'm going to play one more song with the harmonica. And then, let me see what I got here. All right. So, once again, I am Stuart Mann of the Statesboro Revue. We have a new song that's out, with which is what I'm going to play right now.
Oh, yeah.
It is a, yeah, what song is it?
Sinner saying SOB.
Yeah, do you want to sing that one? Oh, yeah, you forgot about that one, huh? All right, so
Right here.
this song, Wade Bowen, my good buddy, was kind enough to join us on this song in the studio. Absolutely honor of a lifetime to have a voice like that on the
Yeah.
on this song. All proceeds, very important. With what's going on right now, you know, all the musicians in the world, for that matter, need all the help we can get. We thrive off you guys, especially an independent band where we live on the road. That's how we make our living. You know, we rely on those shows, on every one of you guys, every one of you beautiful people coming out to our shows. That is how we survive. That's how we live. That's how we pay our bills. That's how we provide for our kids. So, I decided that we had a song that we had recorded, and I thought that it would be nice to put out something. It wasn't necessarily this song I had in mind, but it worked out that way. I wanted to do something for the musicians that couldn't get out on the road, that were having a hard time, the musicians that play full time, that have nowhere to play, have no money coming in, no ability to make money because every bar was shut down, every venue was shut down. So put this song out, Center Saint SOB. 100% of proceeds are going towards the I Heart Texas Arts charity, which is something I decided on a Saturday night to put together. Smith Music, big shout out to them. They got this song out, I think it was a Tuesday. I had the idea on like a Saturday. Wade Bowen, what an amazing person. He was cool with me putting it out, with us putting it out. Hey, you playing the drums? And so anyway, go stream this thing, Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Apple Music, whatever. Center Saint SOB featuring Wade Bowen, the one and only Wade Bowen. Thank you very much to The Ranch for everything you've done for us. You've been amazing. We would not have anywhere near the career that we've had. I call it a career, the following, whatever you want to call it, without 95.9 The Ranch. Love you guys. This is Center Saint. I'm going to send it off after this, and I talk too much. You thought that was funny? You think that's funny? Yeah. He laughs. He thinks I talk too much. Never told Daddy that I joined the band. Didn't want him thinking I was less of a man. It's taught him to wear a suit and tie. Me, I never liked the hours of 9 to 5. Hey, sing it with me. Look at me, how I'm shining like a West Texas Bulls and lightning. All the girls are lining up to take a ride with me. And I'm the highest member of my family tree. Yeah, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint, I'm an SOB. This Wade's part. My story's different but much the same. Spend my life fighting my last name. You come from money, you get no respect. But now we live in show to show and we're bouncing checks. Look at me, how I'm shining like a West Texas Bulls and lightning. All the girls are lining up to take a ride with me. Yeah, I'm the highest member of my family tree. Yeah, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint, I'm an SOB. You ready to sing this part? He goes like this. Woo! Look at me, how I'm shining like a West Texas Bulls and lightning. All the girls are lining up to take a ride with me. Bobs, love you guys. Take it easy. We'll see you soon. We hope to get up your way. Make sure you stream the Statesboro Revue. Go check us out on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, iTunes, all of the above. Shout out to The Ranch, Smith Music, everybody at Billy Bob's. We'll see you later.
Hey everybody, and welcome. Today we're going to do a little barbecue shrimp recipe. And I'll tell you what, this is a really fun one, very simple and easy to make, which is always key for me a lot of times. So let's get started without further ado. I've got a little pan here with some skewers in it here. First thing you want to do when you're going to work with wooden skewers is you got to soak them. It's very important so they don't burn on the grill as you're trying to grill. So I'm taking a little bit of water here, pour it in, and then this is really cool. I like to add in some sort of flavor, whether it be wine, vinegar, or something else with my soaking liquid. This happens to be tequila because I like tequila. I like the flavor of it. So about half and half. And you always want to reserve a little bit for yourself. You know, it is how we do it in Texas. Cheers, everybody. So, we're going to let these soak for about 30 minutes, at least, to get nice and moist. Now let's make the marinade for the shrimp. So first things first, we've got a little bit of fresh garlic cloves here. So we're going to chop these up very fine. Nice shavings like this. Very finely shaved. You can use a mandolin for this if you want to. That's fine. For those of you who don't know what a mandolin is, it's a really finely shaving device. They're not expensive, they're made out of plastic, and they can shave stuff really easy. You just gotta watch out for your knuckles, that's all. Now, garlic goes in first, like I said. Then, I've got a little bit of cayenne pepper here. And some salt. Some tomato sauce for acidity and for color. So when we grill these, it's going to give a nice color, a little caramelization of the tomato. Okay. Fresh basil. A little bit of, this is red wine vinegar here. Again, a little more acidity. And then the final ingredient is peanut oil. Not olive oil, but peanut oil. Those of you who know me know why I like to grill with peanut oil. Those that don't, I'll tell you. There's a higher flash point for peanut oil. So grilling, I've got my grill set at 500 degrees here, but outside when you're grilling, you should be at least 500 degrees on the grill. Using peanut oil adds richness to the flavor, and it doesn't burn, so you don't get that carcinogenic flavor when the flames hit it and things like that. If you're allergic to peanuts, that's fine. You can use grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil has the same flash point, however, it doesn't have the flavor that peanut oil does, so I like peanut oil. So we're going to mix all this stuff up right here. Okay, pour our marinade and let it sit. Clean this up a little bit. Now let's talk about skewering the shrimp. This is really important. So these are what we call 2630 shrimps. When you go to the market, you try to decide what kind of shrimp to buy. They have labels, and the labels mean how many per shrimp are in a pound. So if it's 2630s, that means there's 26 to 30 individual shrimp in each pound when you buy it. So these are already peeled into vein, meaning we're taking the center vein out of the shrimp, okay? And the tails are off. I like to cook shrimp on the grill with the tails off because I like to eat the entire shrimp, whereas when I saute shrimp, I leave the tail on to give the sauce some body and flavor. But when we're grilling, it makes it easier to pull right off the skewer and eat. So notice how I'm lining it up here. I'm going to do 2 skewers like this. So let's do 7 because I like to be lucky. We'll do 7. Then do 7 more over here. Now this is important when you're laying these out because if you try to just skewer them on the skewer, you end up with an uneven surface. So especially if you're going to work on a griddle, but even on the grill as well, you want the surface to be the same all the way around so that each shrimp cooks evenly. So here we go. just like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we might as well do one more because we're lucky. Just like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost counted out right. That's kind of crazy. 7. I'm gonna leave one right here for me to eat later. Now, we're assuming the skewers have gone 30 minutes. So notice how I'm gonna skewer these. Hand on top like this. Start at the very top of the shrimp, keeping the skewer level. All right, until we come out. Oh, that's not quite level. Just like so. Then we'll get one more. This is really important with shrimp because when you grill, the shrimp kind of spin around and end up like this. We can't do that while we're grilling, so we're going to give ourselves an even surface. So do the same thing with the second skewer. This is going to change your life by putting 2 skewers in here, I'm just saying. Even if they come across like that. This gives us control with the tongs. Do one over here. Top. Now down the center. This is probably the hardest thing in the whole dish right here, getting these skewers just somewhat lined up. There we go. And one more time just so y'all can see it. Top and now the bottom. Okay, make sure they're packed and they're nice and tight so they stay nice and moist when we grill them. I'm going to lay them on here. Just like so. And we're going to pour the marinade over top. Remember, we've got salt already in the marinade. So after it marinates for a little bit, about, like I said, 15-20 minutes. That's going to be beautiful. Really, really nice. So pour it over the top like this. And then we're going to flip them back and forth. Just like that. Making sure there's adequate coverage on all the shrimp. But just before we put them on the grill, we're going to add just a touch of salt. Just like this. Just a little bit. And then straight onto a hot grill, or in this case, a hot griddle. You can hear how hot that is, especially with shrimp. You want a hot grill so it cooks quickly without having to cook all the way through it. Let me tell you something right now. This smells unbelievable. Really, really good. So about 2.5 minutes aside. So I've been asked to have a talent. So this is my talent. Aside from doing shots, of course. Juggling. Not bad. That's all I got. Anyways, back to the grilling. About 2.5 minutes aside, like I said. Look at the nice color on the shrimp. Now you'll see, like we talked about before, all the shrimp cooking evenly. Very, very important. Look at that. All right, now we're going to prepare the plate for the shrimp to be ready. First, a little bit of barbecue sauce. Now in the recipe, I say use whatever barbecue sauce you want. Obviously, I want to use my barbecue sauce. So we're going to take a little bit with a pastry brush like this. Just get the bottom of the plate, as I like to say, primed up. Not a lot, just a little bit, just like so. shrimp. You can look, it'll be just slightly pink on the inside. That's how I like my shrimp. Just barely done, so nice and tender. And if you can, especially have them on the grill, these little chunks of garlic, that's what I'm talking about. 1, 2, a little bit of garlic, right there. 3. Then come back again, barbecue sauce, just a little bit. Shrimp doesn't require a ton, and you don't want to cover up all that beautiful shrimp flavor either. And then, a little zing, you know, like this. Now before we indulge in this beautiful dish, we're here for a very important reason. The Texas Restaurant Association has formed the Texas Relief Fund. And you can go to txrestaurant.org to find out more information about that. It's designed for independent restaurateurs and their employees. And the independent restaurateurs of Texas are very, very strong. We're making it through this pandemic better than any place I've ever seen in the world. And it's really, really amazing to see how everybody comes together, help each other out, do great things, play great music, cook great food, and most importantly, come together when we have to stay apart. So please, please, support if you can. Thanks for being here. Y'all have a great day.
Hey guys, Brett Berry here at the Rustic Tap in Austin, Texas on West 6th Street. Want to thank Billy Bob's for including us down here in Austin. We are honored to be a part of the Texas Restaurant Association fundraiser we're doing this week. So we're going to make you guys some drinks and loosen it up a little bit. Here we go. Now that's good. Super simple cocktail we're going to make really quick. One of my favorites. For just an easy summertime afternoon drinking cocktail. Just gonna go ahead and put some ice in a glass. Deep Eddy lemon, local product. Lemon, natural lemon flavors here. We'll put half of that, 1.5 ounces into there. We're just gonna top this with tea you make at home, but we didn't have homemade tea. So we're gonna use Texas tea made with imperial sugar. That's delicious. Just gonna top that off, and we're gonna make a Ben Crenshaw because Ben's from Austin and he's better than John Daly. Super easy and good. Something I'm a big fan of. This is Cooper Family Whiskey Company out of Dripping Springs, Texas. Really quality stuff. Hope you give them a try. I like to have this 3 different ways, and I'll show you all 3 really quick. First way, just be straight up, about a 2-ounce pour. Really great. But if it's hot like it gets in Texas, and we know it always does, just have a little bit of ice on top. And if you really want to do it the right way, have a couple of sips of that. And then when you're ready, top the rest off with, of course, delicious Dr. Pepper. That's probably the best way to have it, in my opinion. Also try, if you like a little spicier, the Cooper Family Rye. Really, really good stuff. So give these guys a try. Cheers. Gonna make you guys one with Tito's now, a local favorite. Something I like to make on Sunday mornings when I'm not feeling as bright as I'd like to. So I'm gonna take a tall glass, basically making a Tito's mule, if you know how to make a mule. A little bit of Tito's. We're gonna take a little bit of ginger beer. We're going to go ahead and top that right there. We're going to squeeze our lime, just like so, and it's Sunday morning usually, so if it runs down your arm, you probably just need to get some citrus going. That's good in itself, but what really makes it a Sunday morning fix is to go ahead and add a little bit of that bitters on top. So just a half a push. Don't mind Bob in the background, he's having a rough day. Really good. Try it next time you're not feeling so well. Next drink I'm going to make for you guys is one I made last week. Again with Deep Eddy products, but this time using the Ruby Red. It's called the Blue Lacy. A little bit spicy. My take on a Greyhound, Texas version if you will. We're going to start with a tall glass, throw some lime juice on it, throw a little tahini, chili powder on the rim. It's good stuff. We're going to go ahead and grab a jalapeno. I like the ones with a little bit of the white vein in there because they're a little bit spicier. Find your knife that you misplaced. You're going to slice a couple of those off. I'm going to do 3 slices. And use anything you have as a muddler because you don't need a muddler to muddle anything. So those jalapenos are nice and flavorful now. Let's throw a little bit of ice on top to keep this cocktail going. We're going to do about 1.5 to 2 ounces of Deep Eddy because it's quarantine, why not? Now we're gonna go ahead and grab a lime, throw some lime juice right on top. I like to use about a half. Excellent, excellent. Now let's top this off with, again, another Austin product, Waterloo sparkling water, Topo, anything you have, but let's support local if you can. Throw this lime on top, give it a toss with your knife that you don't want to waste. Have to do other cleanup, and cheers. Good, spicy, local. Thank you guys for stopping in. We'll see y'all when we all get back open, and y'all be safe out there.
Hey y'all, welcome to my home. Come on in. This is my wife, Jenny, my son Lachlan, and my daughter Mara. Okay, so the first step to making our spicy vinegar butter chicken is making the brine. The brine is used, and it's kind of your secret weapon to backyard cooking. Grilling is a harsh cooking technique, and it has a tendency to dry out your proteins. So using this technique of brining will ensure that every food that comes off your grill is moist and tender. All right, so first we're going to make the brine. And we're just going to pour just a touch of this water into the pan. As you can see, it's just going to submerge the salt and sugar, just enough to submerge it, right? And we're just going to heat that up. And then the remainder of the water and ice will cool the brine down quick so we can put the meat inside the brine faster. Okay, as you can see, what we're doing is boiling the water and dissolving the sugar and the salt in the water. It's okay if you have a little bit of granules, but try to get as much of the salt and sugar dissolved as you can. As you can see, this is the full recipe will be 1 gallon of water, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of salt. And so, but we're using this technique of just a little bit of water for the boiling process to dissolve the sugar and salt, so that it's much easier to chill your brine and submerge your meat faster otherwise. Okay, now that we have the brine cold and dissolved, we're ready for the chicken. I want to give you a little bit of chicken knowledge here. First, we have, I'm sure you all know, the leg, the thigh, the breast, the drummy, the wing flat, and the wing tip. All right, so you can use this recipe and make whole chickens. You can do a half chicken. Or you can separate it into leg and thigh and breast. So Lachlan's decided to join us. Say hi, Lachlan.
Hi.
He loves watching me cook, and I hope you all do it with your family as well. It's a lot of fun.
Wow.
Next step is going to be the basting spray. also known as a mop. You can mop this on the meat or you can spray it. I like to spray it. And what it consists of is salt, is 1 cup, 1 cup of brown sugar, 4 bay leaves, mustard, your favorite hot sauce, which I use Scotch bonnet, black pepper, Worcestershire, apple cider vinegar, water, and butter. And we're going to mix all these together all at once, and we're going to bring it to a simmer and melt the sugar and the salt till it's dissolved, similar to like how we did with the brine. All you need to look for is to make sure that the sugar and the salt has dissolved. You'll have some left, but that's okay. You're going to strain this, getting out any of the bay leaves and the black peppercorn and any remainder salt, sugar that hasn't dissolved. And pour this into a spray bottle that you designate for grilling. Welcome backyard. This is my grill. Nothing special, as I promised. Just a single barrel grill smoker. No side box, nothing. You can do this same recipe on a Weber grill, a small grill. You just have to control your fire and your heat. So let's open it up. We'll add the charcoal. Thank you, sir. All right. I'm sure you all know how to light a grill, but we'll do it anyway. All right, so we're gonna let the charcoal burn off and turn white at this point, and then we'll be back. Okay, so the coals are about white. I'm just gonna take the grates off, put them to the side, just to even out the coal here a little bit. All right, now we're ready to grill. Okay, so we took the chicken out of the brine, we drained it and dried it. This will help take any moisture out off the exterior part of the chicken. I'm gonna oil the grill just a little bit, just to prevent any kind of sticking. I've already slightly oiled the chicken. I'll just a light oiling, right? If you put too much oil on the chicken as you put it on the grill, it'll flare up and turn black. I'm going to separate my breasts from my legs and thighs. So we're going to refrain from putting any of the basting on at this point because we want to caramelize the chicken up a little bit, get some color on it. Okay, so we're going to let that sit on the grill, checking it every now and then, but let it tell you when it's ready to be flipped. If you flip it too early, it can tear the skin. Keep an eye out on flare-ups from your fire. We did even out our coal pretty good, so we're looking pretty good here, right? at this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the wood chips and leave the lid open so that the wood catches fire. And then we're gonna once the wood catches fire, we're gonna shut the lid to the grill and let it come up to about 250 in temp. And then we're gonna add the chicken back and let it low smoke in the grill at that point. We can start adding our chicken back on the grill. And like I said, we will add the chicken as fast as we can so we don't flare up the grill. And then we'll shut it down. And in 15 minutes, we'll go ahead and baste it. Okay, so we're ready to baste. Take your basting liquid, shake it up a little bit, and spray your chicken. I did move the chicken a little bit. The fire was a little bit hot. So where the hot spot was in the center, I just moved that chicken away from that hot spot. And a little grill trick. If you do have a flare up like this and you get a little bit too much fire going on, just pour a little beer in there. It'll put it out and give you a little moment to cool the grill down. I wish you could taste it, but this is as good here. As you can see, all that moisture is just falling out. Of course, I let this rest a little bit, and that's what you want to do before you eat it. But that moisture in that chicken is still all in the protein and the meat there. Hey y'all, it's been great teaching you a few things today. I hope you learned some things. Please let me know how it works out for you grilling in your backyard. We surely miss you greatly at Billy Bob's Texas. Can't wait to see you all back. Please stay safe, stay strong. Don't forget to donate to Texas Restaurant Association if you can. It sure does help. Thank you. Have a good day.
Hello everyone, my name is David Warner and I'm with Benny Keith Foods here in Fort Worth, and we are honored to be a part of this virtual cook-along benefiting the Texas Restaurant Association. I want to thank all of those that have worked diligently to organize and support this great event. The Benny Keith Company was founded in Fort Worth in 1906, and we are proud to be the longest standing continuous member of the TRA. Although we started as a small produce company all those years ago, we've expanded our market area to include 15 states, and we offer more than 50,000 food service items. But with that growth and expansion, we have never lost our focus of supporting restaurant operators. They are the heart of our business and, quite frankly, as has been apparent in this recent pandemic, the heart of our economy. Whether that be the independent operator, a hotel, a country club, and even the large chains, all have been affected by this crisis. As eating establishments closed their dining rooms and operators quickly shifted their efforts to delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup, we knew we had to do our part to support them more than ever. We've developed a new customer initiative called Eat Local, Eat Often, which was designed to bring more attention directly to the restaurateur and remind the buying public they could still get a great meal in a safe environment outside of their home. We shared this with our 3,000 employees and all of our customers across the country, and the groundswell of support has been phenomenal. This campaign will not end when we come out of this crisis, but will be an ongoing initiative for all of us to keep that focus directly on the dining out and celebrating the great industry we know is food service. Again, I want to thank all of these great chefs and owners who are participating in this event, and especially Chef Chris and the folks at Billy Bob's Texas for your help in this fantastic event. We appreciate all that you do and all that you continue to do. And remember, eat local, eat often. Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Chef Kent Rathbun, and I'm here at my house. I'm getting ready to do a little grilling, and I thought it might be interesting to do a little video of one of my favorite things, and that is some fajita grilled chicken. And you know, a lot of people have sort of mixed results on grilling chicken, and I'm going to kind of take some of the unknowns out of the equation and give you some tips to do this and have a really great success. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go outside, we're going to set up the grill. That is always the number one thing we're going to do. So real quick, we're going to go out, we're going to make sure we turn the grill on. We're going to fire it up pretty hot. I do that because I want to make sure that the grill is really ready to cook. I find that a lot of people undercook some of their products because their grills are not hot enough. And so we're going to start it off pretty hot, and that also helps us burn off a little bit of the carbon on the grill. Then we're going to clean the grill with a grill brush, then we're going to oil the grill with a little bit of canola oil. And we're just going to get prepared to cook. Now, chicken with the skin on it is got to be something that we cook really low and slow. So once we get the grill clean and get it all ready to go, we're going to turn everything down to its lowest point. And then we're going to start the process. So let's go outside and check it out. I'll catch you on the next segment. Okay guys, we're outside in my outdoor kitchen. And as you might be able to see, I'm a fan of Lynx gas-powered equipment. This is my 42-inch Lynx grill, getting ready to rock. What I've done is I've turned everything on high. It's been on now for about 10 minutes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of give it a quick scrub with my grill brush, make sure all that the grills are clean. And then we're going to oil it down, and I'm going to show you a real quick technique. Pretty simple to do, okay? So we're going to just clean with a nice grill brush. Make sure we're knocking all the stuff off. By the way, remember that starting your grill early and really hot helps you burn this off, and it helps you keep really nice grill, okay? So that's pretty much clean. All right, now check it out. We're gonna use, I know, a little paper towel, kind of crazy. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna dip this in a little bit of canola oil or peanut oil, not olive oil, because it will really fire up and smoke. But we're just gonna kind of brush the grills just like this to get a nice little coating. Okay, and you know, I'm kind of a fan of the sprays too. A lot of people use the grill sprays, and I think they work really, really well. Now, before we go back inside and prep our chicken, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of decide where we want to cook on the chicken. Okay, so we want really low and slow. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the entire grill down completely to the low end. Okay. And so now what we've done is we've turned our grill on plenty of time. We burn off the carbon, we brushed it off, then we kind of cleaned it with a little bit of canola oil and oiled it up a little bit. And now we're preparing the grill for the actual temperature that we're going to be cooking on. So we've turned the grill down completely low. We're going to go back inside. We're going to make a quick marinade. We're going to marinate our chicken, and then we'll come back out and we'll grill some fajita chicken. Come and see me. Okay guys, we're back in my kitchen now, and first thing I want to talk about is mise en place. And mise en place simply means be ready. It means have all of your ingredients, have all of your tools, have everything at your fingertips. This is a term that we use in the kitchen that means be prepped and ready to go. No one wants to try to be prepping as you go and as you cook. I mean, it's a very stressful time, especially if you're trying to spend time with your guests. So mise en place is very important. Being prepped and ready is very important. And trying to determine what you can do ahead of time. For instance, this marinade could be done ahead of time. You can marinate the chicken ahead of time, and then you could all go out and cook the chicken together and have a glass of wine or a beer by the grill, and that's kind of the way that I think it works the best. So today we're gonna cook chicken thighs and chicken legs, and you can see that these are all skin on still. I'm a big fan of skin on chicken, but I'm only a big fan of skin on chicken when it's cooked properly. And the only way to cook it properly is low and slow, because what we want is we want to cook the chicken about 90% of the time on the skin. And we want to do that so that it gets really, really nice and crisp, golden brown, and tastes awesome. So let me show you how to do that. We're going to start by marinating the chicken in a little bit of a fajita marinade. So what we're going to start with, I have canola oil here, and this could be one of 3 oils that I suggest for cooking like this on grills or high heat saute pans, anything like that. We're going to cook with canola oil, grapeseed oil, or peanut oil. Why? Well, these oils all have a very neutral flavor, and they all are kind of designed to be cooking at high temperatures. Olive oil is, you know, olive oil. It's tasty, it's expensive, it's different from all different parts of the world. And I normally suggest cooking in one of the 3 oils that I mentioned earlier as opposed to olive oil, and then using olive oil as a finishing oil. But if you decide to cook with olive oil, you just can't cook with that at a very, very high temperature. So let's get started. We're gonna start off in the blender. We're gonna make a quick blended marinade. We're gonna just use, I don't know, about a half a cup of canola oil. We're gonna use about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're gonna use about 3 tablespoons of my favorite thing, Worcestershire sauce. We're gonna shake this up just like that. There we go. All right. We are now going to kind of give it a little punch with a few ingredients. So we have some red onion here that I just kind of cut up. This could be shallot, by the way. This is just a small red onion that I had in the refrigerator, so we're going to use it. This is fresh garlic cloves. We're going to use maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5. I kind of like garlic. All right. Now we're going to use a little bit of a jalapeno here. This could be poblano chili, it could be serrano chili, it could be Thai chilies, something to give it a little bit of heat. But since we're doing this as a fajita thing, we kind of want to use a jalapeno or serrano. In this case, we're going to use a jalapeno. I want to show you all too, if you're kind of sensitive to spice, you can take out the seed pod, which is kind of nice because we're going to just use the end in here like this. We're going to kind of kick the stem out of here for trash. But if you want to take the seed pod out, you can just kind of cut into the pepper. Make sure your knife is pressed on the pepper against the cutting board, and then you're just going to roll out the seed pod. I don't think a lot of people realize that the seed pod is where most of the heat is sort of stored in a pepper. So if you kind of want to tone the pepper down, you can take out the seed pod, and then you can just use the jalapeno on the outside just like that. But me, I like a little spice, so I'm just dumping it right back in. Okay, seeds and all, everything going in. All right. In fact, I might use 2. So we're just going to pop this in here just like that. Now we're going to use a little fresh lime juice. All right, we want fresh lime to kind of give us that really nice southwestern flavor. All right, so we're going to kind of squeeze some fresh limes just like this. I think it's super important to use fresh juice, by the way. And fresh juice does not mean the little jug of fresh juice that says in the store or the little plastic lime. That's not what we're doing here. Get some limes, folks. They make a big difference, okay? All right, so we got the lime juice squeezed here, just like that. All right. So we're gonna pour our lime juice into our marinade, just like that. One last thing. If you're doing Latino food, if you're doing Mexican food, Southwestern food, one of the main ingredients is really, really nice, fresh cilantro. So what I've done is I've stepped over here and I have washed off a whole bunch of cilantro, stems and all. I just took the band off and put all this into the sink with cold water, kind of agitate it a little bit, make sure it was all clean. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take it out just like this. We are going to coarse chop this, stems and all. And by the way, this is something else I talk about. You know, this little stem, this has got some of the greatest flavor, crunch, texture that you can ever imagine. So when you get ready to throw these in the trash, think differently. Maybe cut these up like a little chive, sprinkle them into a salad, or in our case, we're just gonna blend them right into the marinade. Okay, so check it out, here we go. Going into the blender, just like this. By the way, guys, this is a Vitamix. This is my favorite blender. Probably the chef's choice of every chef on the planet. Great blender. We're going to turn it down and get ready to go here. So we're just going to start it slow, let it puree up. So we have a nice puree right here, okay? Now, before we add the marinade, actually, I think we are gonna just add the marinade to the chicken right now. We're just gonna pour this over the top, just like this. See what a pretty color this is? By the way, since there's not a lot of salt in this marinade, we could absolutely let this thing marinate overnight. Now, there is one thing in here that can hurt the chicken if it's left on too long. Can you guess what it is? Lime juice. The lime juice in here will eventually start to cook this chicken, kind of like ceviche. So you have to be a little careful about how long this stays in here, okay? But I think overnight would be fine, maybe even a day or two. But this is one of those things that you can do before your guests arrive. Go ahead and marinate your chicken, get it all ready, just like this, okay? Make sure it's all coated really well, all right? And I'm telling you, I wish you could smell this because it's so fresh, the cilantro. I can smell the citrus, I can smell the garlic, I can smell the onions. I mean, it's just a fantastic aroma coming off of this chicken, okay? One of the other things that I was gonna mention is that one of the tricks I use sometimes is they use the giant Ziploc bags. And the giant Ziploc bags are great because you can just put your chicken in there. You can pour the marinade in on top of the chicken in the Ziploc bag, zip it up, kind of squish it around a little bit, and let it sit in your fridge for a day. Your marinated chicken is going to be awesome, ready to go, and it's not going to take up a whole lot of space. It's really a good little trick that we use, okay? So, remember we talked earlier about the fact that we wanted to make sure that we're cooking the chicken on the skin side. We want to cook it on skin side down because the skin side is where we want to get that crispy skin, okay? So we're going to marinate this out, and we got this ready to go. And then I would say, again, that you can marinate this for up to 24 hours, or you could go straight out the gate, like we're going to do, okay? Well, we got to do something first. We're going to season it. And I am a big believer in seasoning. I like food that tastes good. If you're gonna go out and get beautiful meats and fish, season it up, make sure you cook it correctly because you don't wanna mess up your meal, okay? So take care of your food, right? That means season it and take care of it and make sure you don't overcook it, all right? So we're gonna season it with my steak and chop salt, which by the way, is available on my website at chefkentrathbun.com. And this is my go-to gold dust, I call it. This is a steak and chop salt, but it's good for everything. Everything meats, everything vegetables. I use it in soups, salads, all kinds of things. We're gonna season really nicely on the top. We're gonna add something new. This is my sticky pig rub. This is a new spice on the market. It'll be in Central Market soon, or also it is available now at my website, chefkentrathbun.com. So we're gonna season up with that also, and then we're gonna head out to the grill, okay? So we're just gonna kind of get that going here. And we're gonna season on both sides. So I'm gonna turn this, sorry, my little doggy wants to be part of this little production. All right, okay. So now what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and turn this over. We're gonna re-season on the other side, and then I'm gonna meet you at the grill outside without mocha. Okay guys, here we are back out at the kitchen, and I wanna show you one more trick, okay? So we're cooking on a gas grill, and a lot of people love that smoky flavor of a charcoal or a wood grill. So I got an answer for that. So again, I'm turning to my friends at Lynx, okay? So what I've done is, we have the first two grills on completely low. We have the third grill on completely high. What I've done is I've filled my Lynx chip, my wood chip little device here up with our Lynx wood chips. This particular one is hickory. I've also got a little bit of applewood chips in there. And this is gonna create a little bit of smoke while we're cooking our chicken, okay? So remember that we talked about making sure that we put our chicken on skin side down, okay? So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put that skin side down. And remember, we're gonna be cooking skin side down for almost the entire time. Like at least 90 to 95% of the time that we're gonna be on the grill will be skin side down. And remember, that is to get that skin super nice, super crisp, and really, really beautifully tasty, okay? So, what we're gonna do here is we're getting this on here just like that. Let me set this aside. Let's get our chicken legs going on here. All right. And now, I always kind of make a joke. I call this the 45-minute chicken, although we're not gonna make you sit around and wait for 45 minutes. We are going to come back in just a second after this is cooked a bit. We're gonna lift up the chicken, make sure it's not sticking. We're gonna move it around a little bit. We're gonna make sure that everything's adjusted really good, and then we're gonna go have a beer. I'll be back. Okay guys, it's 10 o'clock in the morning and I've already had my first beer between the time I put on the chicken and now. Now let me show you what we're gonna do, okay? So you can see that the chicken is still all on its skin. And what I'm gonna try to do now is I'm just gonna try to lift it up and make sure that it's not sticking. All right, and I'm gonna show you a piece here in just a second, but let me just kind of lift everything. Make sure that it's not sticking, all right? All right, so you can start to see that this is starting to cook right in here. It's getting really nice and golden brown, but we're way far away here, okay? So we gotta keep going here. We're gonna turn our legs just a little bit. And you know, this fire that's coming up in between here, don't worry about that, but you do wanna stick around and make sure that this doesn't start on fire, because chicken skin can drop a lot of fat down in the fire, and when that happens, man, you can get into a forest fire effect very fast. So you want to make sure that this is all cooking really kind of low and slow. And I'm telling you, man, if you want the greatest barbecue chicken ever, you follow this little path right here. This is going to start smoldering in just a second. We're going to get some nice smoke coming from the wood. We're going to get a little apple wood and some hickory wood flavor on here in our gas grill. And okay, now time to take another beer break or a glass of wine and let this kind of cook another 10, 12 minutes. And then we're going to come back and we're going to make sure that it's not sticking, and we're going to keep our progress. I'll see you back in a minute. Okay guys, back once again. I think it's about time to take a look at the bottom of our chickens here, because I know that they're starting to kind of get a little golden brown, and we don't want to burn them. So look, that's looking pretty nice right there. Beautiful. That one still needs a little bit more time. Look at that. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. That's a little picture perfect right there. So now you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up here, up on the rack, still on the skin, and I'm going to let them kind of sit there, and we're going to let them cook a little bit. Now this is a really nice technique back here, because we got a little, you know, that happens every once in a while. We're just going to put that out just like that. All right, now we're going to take this and we're just going to set these right up on top. Now, even though the skin is starting to get that color that we like, we still want to get it rendered. So think of rendering a cooked piece of bacon, right? So you got limp bacon, you got bacon that's kind of limp and kind of crispy, and then you got really crisp bacon. We want really crisp skin. So what that means is we're moving it away from the direct heat, moving it up a little bit. We're just going to let it kind of render up there. You're going to see drips of chicken fat kind of coming down into the fire. We got our legs still going. By the way, legs take a little bit longer. Thighs and legs, you know, thighs and legs always take longer than breasts, just so you know. And if we were cooking breasts as well, you would want to wait till about now, actually. You could probably put the breasts on now at this stage in this cooking, and the breast would come out perfectly done when the thighs and the legs are done. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this continue cooking low and slow. Remember, we're on our lowest setting. We got some smoke coming out. Look at it, we got some smoke coming out now from here. So we're going to get a little smoke flavor from our apple and hickory chips. And we're going to come back to it in another 10 or 12 minutes and see where we're at. And then at some point, pretty soon, we're going to turn it over and let it finish on the bottom side and get ready to eat. Okay, guys. We're getting close. Now, your time has gone by a lot faster. My time has been about 45 minutes. It does take a while, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a 6-pack grilled chicken or a Bob the Wine grilled chicken for sure. Okay, but you're gonna be happy. It's gonna be worth the wait. So check it out. See, look at how beautiful and golden brown all this is. All right, this is exactly what we're looking for. We just constantly turn the legs, keep them kind of going so that they get crisp all the way around. They are looking good, smelling good. Man, I wish this was smell-o-vision for you, because I could tell you right now you'd be ready to go. Now look at our thighs up here. Okay, so our thighs are, look at that. Look at that. That skin is getting there. But you know what? It's still not quite there. It's still got to go a little bit longer just to be a little more crisp. So again, we're just going to kind of keep going. And by the way, now if you can start to see the top of this chicken, although it's not cooked completely, it's definitely starting to cook. Look at this one. This is beautiful. Nice and golden brown, just like that. All right. Oh yeah. This is it. That's it. That's what you want. That nice color. This skin is starting to get crisp. But you know what? We still got another probably 15 minutes, man. So come back and check it out. We're almost there. It's worth the wait. Okay, guys, time to eat. I want you to check out this chicken, man. This is the real deal. Beautifully golden brown skin, nice and crisp, thighs and legs. Remember that they take longer to cook than breasts, okay? And then I also want to point out, still got smoke coming out of my little Lynx smoker box. I want to point out that you can buy the Lynx products at lynxgrills.com or probably your favorite barbecue and grilling store. But most of all, I want you to cook. I want you to experiment with some cool things. I want you to have a good time cooking. And I'm going to go eat my lunch.
Hey guys, I'm Brianna with Billy Bob's Texas. We're going to be showing you how to make some of your favorite drinks at home.
And I'm Quinn with Billy Bob's. I'm just here to be your official taste tester for the day. So I'm going to let Brianna take it away and make your favorite drinks. You can do it at home.
Alright guys, I'm sure we've all been quarantined and we've all watched Tiger King on Netflix. So today, we're going to be making some Tiger King drinks. First, we're going to start off with Deep Eddy's Lemon. It's made here in Austin, Texas. And you're going to do about an ounce and a quarter or so. Maybe a little more since you're at home. A little bit of cranberry, a little bit of sweet and sour. Shake that up real good. Pour it on top. You can do either a splash of Sprite or a splash of club soda, depending on how sweet you want the drink to be. So this drink, it's sweet, it's fruity.
And give that a little taste test over here. Very refreshing. I want to be right by a pool right now.
And now we're going to make what I like to call a sardine oil with the TX whiskey that's made here in Fort Worth, Texas. You're going to chill it so it's nice and cold. And we're going to use just a little bit of ginger ale right on top. And this is sure to get away any man.
Let me try this out too. Might keep you coming back to this one.
Our next drink is for those mornings that you wake up and you say, I will never financially recover from this. We're going to use a little bit of the Bloody Mary mix. We use Mr. T's here, but at home you can use whatever you like, Sing Sang or whatever you find at your local store. Since we're here in Texas, we're going to use Shiner Blonde. Pour that in there.
This definitely wants me to Must be, can't even talk after those last two drinks. Maybe you are getting rid of men. Makes me think of a Sunday morning. Delicious. Take this one over here with me.
Our next drink is perfect for when you're by the pool hanging out. We're going to use the coconut Red Bull and Malibu. Super simple, and we call it the quarantine coconut.
One of my favorite Red Bulls. Let's get by pool as soon as possible.
And that's all we got for you, folks.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Carson Jeffrey. Thank you so much for Billy Bob's Texas for having me do this benefit for the Texas Restaurants Association. Yeah, I got a couple songs for y'all today, and hope you enjoy them. This first one's my current single out to Texas radio. It's called Ranch Girl Dream. It's been the best one for me on Spotify and everything, and I can't thank everybody enough for listening to it, but here it is. She came walking in, stole the life out of my breath, little people on my shoulders telling me to move in. She wore them Navajo pearls and day turquoise ring, tied up high, holes in her jeans, and I said to myself, this is all I'll ever need. My little ranch girl dream, yeah, ranch girl dream, yeah. She's a handful. That's a risk I'm willing to take. With a woman like that, it's worth more than any money I'll ever make. She wore them Navajo pearls and day turquoise ring, hair tied up high, holes in her jeans, and I said to myself, this is all I'll ever need. My little ranch girl dream, yeah, ranch girl dream. Have I seen her before? It ain't dreaming, just another bar wearing Navajo pearls and day turquoise ring, head tied up high, holes in her jeans, and I said to myself, this is all I'll ever need. My little ranch girl dream, yeah, ranch girl dream, yeah.
But yeah, this thing here that we're doing, it's benefiting to help raise money for the Texas Restaurants Association. So if you can donate, that's great. You can text Dishing Out Relief to 833-970-0618 and to help give some relief to all these restaurants that have been struggling through this time that we've all been facing. Times are crazy right now, but hopefully it's all going to turn around real soon and we'll all be singing and playing again and eating at restaurants and stuff like we used to. But yeah, so I got another song here. It's actually coming out next Thursday, or this coming Thursday, on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. Brand new single. It's called Take Away This Pain. But it'll be here May 21st, and I'm excited for y'all to hear it. But here it is. I've been staring at my phone too much. She running around, tearing it up. Every time I look at the screen, it's too hard and too damn fast to be trying to mend a broken past. I just can't move on. Oh, and take it away. Well, I don't want to see her face. Well, I don't hear her name. Oh, and take away this pain. Well, I don't want to feel anything. About going out myself, letting my feelings roam to another stranger's arms. What the hell would I be getting done? 'Cause when the morning comes, I still have a broken heart. Oh, and take it away. Well, I don't want to see her face. I don't want to hear her name. Oh, and take away this pain. Well, I don't want to feel anything. Oh, and take it away. Well, I don't want to see her face. Well, I don't want to hear her name. Oh, and take away this pain. Well, I don't want to feel anything. Well, I don't want to feel anything. That's a brand new song there, Take Away This Pain, coming out next Thursday, May the 21st. Can't wait for y'all to hear that one. But yeah, I got one more song for y'all. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for Billy Bob's Texas for having me on here to do this benefit for the Texas Restaurants Association. Thanks to them for letting me be on here also. And big thanks to Lux 214 Media for putting all this together and everything. And yeah, this is the last song for me. It's called High Tonight. It's just about cutting loose and having fun for an evening. And hope you like it. tradition ain't quite understood. I've been keeping my feelings on the down low. I got some things that don't nobody know. Oh, I'm gonna let myself get high tonight. It just won't out, it ain't a big deal. Tomorrow morning, be back to myself. Oh, I'm gonna let myself get high tonight. I've been clean, I've been tame for way too long. Ain't raised no hair, ain't done no harm. If you know me, you know that's just how I go. I don't wanna be known for that, I wanna rock and roll. I'm gonna let myself get high tonight. It just won't out, it ain't a big deal. Tomorrow morning, be back to myself. Oh, I'm gonna let myself get high tonight. Catching judgment, I don't really care. No matter what I do, they're still gonna stare. So give them something to talk about on the Monday news. It don't matter what you think, I'm gonna do what I do. Oh, I'm gonna let myself get high tonight. I'll just want out, it ain't a big deal. Tomorrow morning, back to myself. Oh, I'm gonna let myself get out tonight. Get out tonight. Get out tonight. Thanks again to Billy Bob's Texas for letting me do this benefit for the Texas Restaurants Association. Check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're all there, and hope to see y'all on the road again real soon.
So as you're participating tonight, make sure that you text to give. So Dishing Out Relief is the name of our campaign, and you can text 833-970-0618. And again, to donate, text 833-970-0618. Thank you again.
Hi, Chef Richard Chamberlain here. I am cooking today here in my kitchen at my home. And what we're doing, we're coming together to support the Texas Restaurant Association Restaurant Relief Fund. And this raises money to help restaurants that have really been hurt and damaged by this COVID crisis. And so Today, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious pecan wood roasted pork chop, and that's going to be served with a mint marigold butter right out of my garden. And also we have a glaze of local honey, soy, ginger, and then finished with some port wine sauce. But it's a really fun technique that we're starting with here. So nice marbling in this pork chop. And we start with just a little seasoning, sea salt and fresh ground pepper that I have already mixed up here. And you want a generous amount in there. And then here's our glaze. This is a little soy sauce, some local honey, and then fresh ginger, and a little rice wine vinegar. And all we do is just kind of lay this in here. You can let this actually marinate for a couple hours to up to overnight, as much as you want. It'll also kind of help tenderize the pork a little bit. Now here's the really cool part. Instead of messing with a smoker, we've got one of these great little devices here. And this one's made by Breville. It's one that I think my wife gave me for Christmas or something. And but it's basically a smoking gun. And what happens is you turn on this little chamber right here. We've got some pecan wood chips in here, and I'm gonna light it. And watch this, this is incredible. So as soon as that thing lights, this smoke just starts pouring out of here. So we're gonna fill this pan up with smoke, pecan wood smoke, real good like that. Okay, then I'm gonna pull it out and turn it off. I'm just gonna set this over here out of the way so it doesn't get too smoky. But anyway, we're gonna let this pork chop sit in this pecan wood smoke for just a few minutes, just to impart some nice flavor to it. Now, the next part of this is getting this mint marigold butter done. So we have mint marigold, some chopped garlic, some chopped parsley. Now, I'm gonna peel off, what is mint marigold? Well, mint marigold is one of my favorite herbs and so easy to grow here in Dallas. And it tastes a lot like tarragon. And French tarragon never really grew well for me here in Dallas. So this mint marigold is a perfect substitution. One of the great things is it's a perennial, okay? So it dies back in the winter, but it comes back every year. So it just keeps coming back, you get to reuse it. So we put a little of that in our whipped butter, just enough to give it that nice little tarragon taste, a little sprinkle of salt and pepper in there. And then let's turn our attention over here to this port wine sauce. This port wine sauce has been reducing. Basically we have demi-glaze, lots of port wine, fresh herbs like thyme, roasted shallots. This is gonna make for a really nice finish. Now, let's go back over here. And I've got a pork chop just for the time that we have to do this video. I've got a pork chop that's been searing in this pan. We've got the glaze on the bottom, and you'll see how this glaze just perfectly coats the outside. You want to cook that to just a nice medium. And now for our plating, watch this. You're gonna love this. So we take our beautifully seared pork chop here. It goes on the plate. Now we're gonna just top it with some of this amazing mint marigold butter, whole butter, sea salt, fresh mint marigold, and then you can melt that butter over top of this pork chop, just like that. Get a little more caramelization on the chop itself. Oh, just let that run off. Now watch this. We've got the port wine sauce. This has been reducing for about an hour now, so we drizzle that over, and you see how the butter and the port wine sauce come together perfectly. And then all we need is a nice little sprig of mint marigold, and that's completes the dish. Hope you enjoy this recipe. Again, this is for the Texas Restaurant Association Restaurant Relief Fund. Thank you for supporting. Have a blessed day.
Hello, I'm Barry Cooper, and I'm coming to you today from Cooper's in the historic Fort Worth Stockyards in Fort Worth, Texas. I represent Cooper's Old Time Pit Barbecue with locations in Llano, New Braunfels, Fort Worth, Austin, College Station, and Katy, Texas. I'd like to say hello and thanks to Marty Travis at Billy Bob's Texas for inviting me to be a part of this and for putting this thing together and making it happen to help those in need during this time of crisis that we're all experiencing in the restaurant industry. Today, I'm going to do something a little different. At Cooper's, our slogan is home of the big chop. So we're going to feature a big chop today, but with a different twist. It won't be anything you can find on the menu. We're going to make a homemade sauce. We're going to make chops. And we're going to make a special dish called Cody's Apples that you'll learn more about in a little bit. So first, the sauce. We start with just 15 ounces of Cooper's original barbecue sauce. So that becomes the base. And this is an old recipe that my mother made when I was a kid that we used on chicken. And I'll tell you today, it's great on pork, chicken, and occasionally on shrimp. It's not very good on beef because it's too sweet, so stay away from that. So first the sauce, then add 1 cup brown sugar, 1/2 cup of Worcestershire, the juice from 1 navel orange, 1 lemon, 1 lime. And then you whisk that together. Then as a thickening agent, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And last but not least, 1/3 cup of butter. And there you have the recipe for Cooper's homemade sweet sauce. It'll be going to the pit with us shortly when we take the chops. One little added twist, just throw the rinds in too and let it cook. At Cooper's, our slogan is home of the big chop. So today, we're going to cook some big chops, as I said, with a twist. In front of me are 3 bone-in chops, about 1.25 inches thick. Usually at Cooper's, we cut the chops 2 inches, but I cut them a little thin today because that'd be more likely what you would find at your local market. So it's very simple. You season the chops with whatever seasoning you like at home, what you like to use. I'm, of course, today at Cooper's going to use Cooper's original seasoning. So it's very easy. You season both sides of the meat and all around before you put them on the grill. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to season meat after they've seared it or started cooking. What we always teach people to do is you season the meat before you start. You want a good coverage all the way around. So one of the mistakes that we often see people make when they're cooking, one of the questions I get often is, how much seasoning do you use? We're big believers in seasoning, and everything should be liberally covered. So when you look at the product when you're through, when you're done seasoning, it should be totally covered from all sides. The other part that we recommend is you pat it on. You see people oftentimes go to rubbing it on. When you go to rubbing, oftentimes with the meat cooked the way we cook it on the big grills, you'll rub that seasoning right off. So if you'll just pat it, you tend to push it into the meat and it tends to stay evenly distributed as opposed to smearing it and then rubbing it off. And there we have it, 3 bone-in chops. Shortly we'll take them to the grill. Our third dish today I call Cody's Apples. There's a little story with this. About 10 years ago, about 4 in the morning, I got a phone call from somebody somewhere in Tennessee. And the message said, "Hey, Mr. Cooper, we have an idea. We love your pork chops, but we think that you should put apples with them." The next morning, the same gentleman called and said, "Mr. Cooper, I'm so sorry. We shouldn't have called so late. We don't know what we were thinking. It'd be like you trying to tell me how to write a song or play guitar. I'm sorry that I did this." Kind of filed it away and thought, you know, that's really not too bad an idea. So a few months go by and the opportunity comes to do a catering job for this individual who shall remain nameless. But he's an artist, a musician, a songwriter. His name's Cody, and he lives in New Braunfels. So see if you can put the dots together. And oh, by the way, he's played Billy Bob's on numerous occasions. So that's Cody's Apples. So we're going to show you today what that consists of. Good old red apples, any kind of flavor you want, yellow apples, green apples, they all work. We do serve these in our restaurants from time to time on special occasions. They are a great complement to what else? The big chop. Cody's apples, really simple. Apples, brown sugar, and butter. The secret to Cody's apples, of course, is we cook them on the grill, which is what we do everything at Cooper's. If we can't cook it on the pit, we really don't like to do it. The apples are in the pan, a liberal dosing of brown sugar. There is no right recipe, but you can't go wrong with brown sugar and butter. And that is the base for Cody's apples. All right, so here we go to the pit. You want your coals, if you're cooking over live coals, you want them to be glowing orange, but no fire going. And if you hold your hand over it, you should approximately be able to count to 3. If you can't get to 3, it's too hot. If you get to 6 or 7, it's not hot enough. So here we go. So it's all things you can do together on any kind of grill. You have a gas grill, this works. You have a wood burning grill or coals, this works. If you have a green egg, this works. It can all happen simultaneously together, regardless of what you like to cook on at home. So we believe that you should wait till the end. If you're gonna add sauce, you wait till it's finished. So we're gonna add a little glaze just to give it a little color and a little look now before we pull them off the pit. The last touch, the citrus glaze over the chop. So there you have it, folks. Citrus glaze, bone-in pork chops, and Cody's apples. We appreciate you watching. We'd ask you to support the Texas Restaurant Association. If you're watching this, you already know how hard the restaurant industry has been hit. So please support those that need your help now so that we can all come back and people can go and enjoy restaurants in the coming days and weeks and months in the state of Texas. Thank you. Peace out.
Hello everybody. We're here for the Texas Restaurant Relief Fund. And this is a big important thing to help our Texas restaurant industry. And I'm gonna show you today how to cook a great steak. Everybody loves steaks at steakhouses, at fairings, but how do you do it? And what are the little tips and tricks along the way that I can show you that'll help make it a little easier at home to enjoy a great steak. So the first thing is that I like to have the butcher cut a thick steak, like a 2-inch steak, 3-inch steak, it doesn't make any difference. Thin steaks cook too fast. And if they cook too fast, they get well done or up toward there, that medium well, medium. And if you like it medium rare, I like it thicker. Okay, now there's one thing we need to do that I like to put on the grill, steak-wise, is we tie the steak with a string. And this just helps to keep its form while it's on the grill. And it's just a simple string all the way around, tighten it, and then put it into a knot. And this just, as I said, helps to keep the steak in its great shape and form. Also helps it to stand up thick. Then we need good olive oil. Even though the steak is going on the grill, I think it needs a little olive oil just to make sure that it doesn't stick onto the grates. And of course we want a clean grill, we want clean grates, all of the good things about grilling we want to keep up. Then, what makes a great steak? Salt and pepper, and lots of it, not just a little bit. So let's cover the whole steak, both sides, with salt, and then we're gonna hit it with pepper. But we wanna hit every little minute inch of this steak so that every bite has great flavor. And then let's not be afraid to be able to season it heavily. This is a big, thick piece of meat and it's bland. Now, we could let this sit for a few minutes but I wouldn't let it sit overnight. This is just great seasoning, and it'll also flavor the steak up tremendously. So now let's head out to the grill. A clean grill is a happy grill. And let me just tell you first, wearing white jeans and grilling and barbecuing may not be the greatest idea if you want to keep them white, but I'm going to give it a chance. So we need wood burning fire or charcoal, whatever you want to use. I like to use good hardwood charcoal. You heat up your grates and our steak is going right on to that nice hot fire. Now I use a hasty bake in which we can raise and lower the fire pit. And I love grills like this. But hasty bake is perfect for me because you can bring the grill right up, all of that heat, let it start searing the steak, and then we can lower it. And I'm going to show you a great tip and a trick on how we're going to smoke roast this wonderful steak. And we're going to smoke it with hickory chips, but also keep that roasting going with that. So we don't move the steak, leave the steak on the grill. Some people like to start messing with the steak. Don't mess with it. Let it sit. It doesn't need to be handheld as it's on the grill. Let's just leave it and let it cook nice and slow. Steak is ready to turn, and we want that beautiful crust. And this is the crust that we're looking for. We want to seal this steak so that we keep all of the juices on the inside. Now, the little trick I'm going to show you is we're going to lower the fire pit, and we're going to open the fire door, and these are wet hickory chips. You want to use soaked hickory chips. And I'm going to put them on the coals, and this starts a smoking process. Then we're going to start smoke roasting. I'm going to raise it just a little bit, and we're going to close the lid and let this smoke roast for about probably 5 to 8 minutes. And you're going to see in a few minutes this is going to be billowing out with smoke. And we want that smoke to cover the steak and really season it with that great smoke flavor. This is what we're looking for, that billowing, beautiful hickory smoke. And this smoke is condensed. This isn't a brisket. We don't want this steak on here for 5 hours like a brisket would smoke. We want quick, condensed, 5 to 8 minutes of pure, thick smoke. And this is what we're looking for, that beautiful billowing of this hickory wood. So now it's time to check on our steak. This is what we're looking for, a nice smoke roasted steak. Look at that, done on both sides, still beautiful medium rare. And now it's time to check this steak out. Steak is off the grill. We're going to let it rest for at least 4 minutes. Always a good idea, because if we take the steak right off the grill and start slicing it, it's too hot. And we need to let the juices inside of the steaks relax a little bit and go back to the center. So let's take a look at our steak. We first need to cut our string because it's a little chewy if we don't get it off the steak. And then let's take a slice and let's see how we're doing. I think that's pretty unbelievably delicious. And let me just take a quick Once again, this steak is from Ennis, Texas, and this is a Rosewood Ranch Texas Wagyu. And I don't think it comes any better than this steak right here. As far as tenderness, flavor, that is unbelievable. And don't forget to support our funding for the Texas Restaurant Relief Fund. Very important. Give, 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 because it helps us all out in our Texas restaurants. And you know what? I think it's time for a song. So this is a old Rodney Crowell song, Houston Boy, and this is all about Texas. Ain't living long like this. You look for trouble and you found it, son. Straight down the barrel of a lawman's gun. Don't try to run, I don't think you can. Make one move and you're a dead man friend. Can't live long like this, can I, baby? I can't live it all like this, can I, child? They put the heckers all around your back, left you freezing down that steel rail rack. They got them all in the jailhouse, baby. I can't live it all like this. Grew up in Houston on the Wayside Drive, son of a cop in some all-night dive. Dad drove a stock car to an early death. The only thing I remember was a drunk man's breath. Can't live long like this, can I, baby? I can't live it all like this, can I, child? They'll know the story how the wheel goes round. Don't let them take you to the man downtown. They got them all in the jailhouse, baby. I can't live it all like this. I can't live it all like this. And either can our restaurant people in Texas. We need your help, so please do a lot of funding today. Texas Restaurant Relief Fund, help us out.
Sawadee ka. Hi y'all, my name is Nikky, Phinyawatana of Asian Mint and Nikky Feeding Souls. Today I'm so excited to share with you one of my favorite old-time recipes of all time, a peach parfait made with a white chocolate mint cream. Why did I decide to make this recipe? Well, it is peach season. It goes very well with barbecue, and it has some fresh mint. You know I love mint, and it's going to be a layer of parfait. So this is going to be kind of like a two-part dessert. But I am trying to get everything all round up so I can get it ready to go. What we're gonna start off with, I have 2 egg yolks here with about a 1/4 cup of sugar. And while I'm going to be mixing this up, I have a cup of heavy cream bringing to a boil. And what I'm gonna do with that is I'm going to mix in our bloomed gelatin that I bloomed in about a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, and this is the part that we are going to be using to make the white chocolate cream. I also have some melted white chocolate all ready to roll. So as you can see, how many ingredients we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ingredients. And with all that, we can get started. Have 2 things going on at the same time. It's kind of fun. We're rolling. So as my gelatin starts to mix with my heavy cream, I'm gonna leave it there. Then I'm gonna whip up this. If I don't make a big mess, I don't know who else would. I try not to. Just kind of whip it up so it's this beautiful yellow cream. I love playing with eggs and sugar and cream, all the best stuff. So it has this beautiful yolky color, very creamy. And what I'm gonna do with that is I'm going to add in our melted chocolate. It's about 8 ounces of white chocolate chips. I threw it in the microwave for about like a minute, stirred it, and then put it in for another minute. And it is going to be perfect when I mix it in with our egg yolk mixture. Oh, being a pastry chef, having fun with all this ingredients is one of my favorite things. So it's gonna be super lumpy when you add chocolate to some type of liquid that is not super creamy, like eggs and sugar, it's going to lump up. And that's why we're gonna use this hot cream with this gelatin to melt it all back down. But what you don't really have to stress out about is you are going to throw this all in a blender in just a second and all your lumps will disappear. So here we go, I'm gonna throw in my hot milk. Ooh, got a little steam there. And just try to stir it up a little bit more, but I'm just trying to mix it just a tiny bit, get it off my bowl, and then I'm gonna throw it in the blender, and voila, we're almost done with the first part. You are going to see that there's gonna be one extra secret ingredient that's gonna go in here that's gonna light it up for make it a beautiful summer dessert. I don't think I need this anymore. I'm gonna move back here and we'll throw it in the blender. And you know what I do need? I need a spatula. Here we go. How is everyone doing in quarantine time? Are you doing a lot of baking and cooking and barbecuing right now? And I'm assuming that's why you have joined our little show here. Get you entertained, having something to do, learn from the experts. I don't know how much expert I am on this, but you know what? I have been doing this for a while. I've been running a restaurant for over 15 years, been in the business for a little bit longer. I'm not gonna tell my age. While I blend this, I might say it. So yeah, I've been doing this for a while. I've always loved to feed and to serve. And that's really why I got into the business, and realizing that there's always been a need for some good Thai food, you know? And that's what Asian Mint's all about. So what makes me the authority on making a Texas barbecue dessert? Well, I am half Thai and half Texan, so I hope that counts for something. Okay, this is a little warm, so what I'm going to do is I am going to chill it in an ice bath to show you a little shortcut. And I'm reusing bowls. Look how beautiful. See, all your lumps have gone away. And you know what? We're gonna be using this blender one more time. Thus, you are not gonna have to worry again about the lumps in your life. I love blenders. You all should have a blender. As you can see, I have tools to have fun with. We got the blender, we got the hand blender. Let's make sure that our mixture does not fall into the ice. So I'm gonna move this to the side right here so you guys can enjoy the beautiful white chocolate cream. And in the meantime, I had some peaches that I found. This is the perfect season for it. It smells amazing, really makes you think of summertime. Let me move this out of the way. Even this is the second part of our dessert. Moving it right over there so you guys can really see what's going on here. So I had thrown these peaches into a pot of boiling water for about a minute, and before that I had sliced it so it's super easy to peel. So once it was cooled enough, I peeled them, taking off this fuzz because I don't really want that in my peach parfait, and it's fairly easy enough to just take it off. And there you go, have some fun. This beautiful fit comes out. These are already pre-peeled. And I love to play with food if you haven't noticed. If you want to throw it, keep your peaches in the boiling water for a little bit longer, that works as well. Oh, I have to taste. I'm gonna have to taste. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse this blender really quickly. And I'm gonna reuse the blender again. I love my blender. If you haven't gotten one, it's probably about time. We're home long enough to be using a home blender. So I'm now gonna blend the peaches up. Rinse my hands, keep it clean, gotta keep my area clean. Here we go, back on blender. And once we have it blended up, we're gonna taste. Tong tong. Okay, here we go. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, I'm gonna taste to see if these peaches were sour, sweet, what level we at? Super peachy, but you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of simple syrup. I have some rum syrup that I happen to have made a while back. Grabbing this. Oh, probably about a tablespoon. That should work. I like it sweet. I'm gonna have it contrast with my cream. Blend it up again. Yum. There we go. Now we have our peach that we're gonna use to top on top of our white, beautiful cream. Throwing away all my pits. I am definitely done with the cutting board and my knife. Tasting spoon. Okay, I'm gonna throw this in a pastry bag. If you do not have a pastry bag, you can go ahead and put it in just a simple plastic bag. I'm gonna cut the tip and you can use that to fill your parfait cups. Where are my, oh, I know. I hit them right here. So one's gonna be for the white cream, one's gonna be for the peach cream. This just makes like the whole filling up these beautiful cups seem like a breeze. Here we go. I love peaches. Peach pie, peach cobbler. Peach cobbler is one of my favorites. What I love about this dessert is it is super easy to transport. You know, you make them into individual servings. Great for this quarantine, COVID-19 time. You know, you don't want to be mixing utensils with other people. I'm gonna tie this up with a little rubber band. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chill this. So by the time the other stuff gets chilled and ready to pipe, this is extra chilled and it goes right on top. So I'm gonna move that to refrigerator real quick. I be right back. I'm back. Okay, now let's see what is the temperature of our cream. The reason why I'm chilling this down a little bit is because when we are going to blend in the mint, if we put it straight in a hot cream, our mint is going to turn brown and we do not want a brown dessert. So we're about room temp. That should be pretty good. Moving away my ice bath. Let me rinse out again our blender. No extra washing of too much. If I wasn't making the beautiful layer, I probably would have just threw it in here, but you know, I want my colors to really show up, the cream part and the beautiful yellow peach. So here we go. Now, the secret sauce that I like to add to a white chocolate cream, especially right now as we go into the summertime, is a little bit of yogurt. I had picked a vanilla flavored yogurt right here. Bringing this back over. So I have about 6 ounces, or just like one container of that old school yogurt, and I picked vanilla, adding that in. I have about, I don't know, a cup or so of fresh mint from my garden. Even had a worm earlier, but I rinsed it off. I promise I'm not adding it to our peach parfait. And there, this is where the mint and the cream comes together. Okay, blending. Oh, so pretty. And I like to blend it where you just see like green specks. Beautiful. Don't want to blend it super long because then your cream might turn into a green. I like it with the green specks. It looks very like, I don't know, very homemade. And if you happen to not find mint and you want to use a mint essence, you can try it out. Or maybe some basil. Basil with peach is also super good. So there we go. Woo! I have quite a lot. So the whole point of this is for me to be able to pipe them into our cups easily enough. But you know, I had this in here. So why did I do that? Hello. I got smarter through this video already. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into these cups. Keep my area clean. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. So we shall see how many are we going to be able to make. Can you guess? Half, maybe a little bit more than half of this white chocolate creamy yumminess. And then we're gonna top it off with the peach stuff. There we go. Oh, so beautiful. Nice. So once you've finished filling this up, you're going to chill it for at least about an hour. Once it nice firms, because remember we added gelatin to this mixture. You're gonna bring it out. We're gonna top it off with that peach puree that we made. And you can cut up some extra peaches if you have as toppings and top it off with a little mint sprig if you like. There we go. We got a total of 6 even portioned cups. So at this point, I'm gonna go chill this and we'll be right back. Okay, now we're back. We have our parfait that has been chilled, and I have a few that's already done. So here you have your peach puree. You basically just top it off as much as you like. I like a lot, so I'm gonna fill it up so it's nice and pretty. There you go. And then you top it off with some more fresh peach, some mint, and you're done. Let me taste this for you. Ooh. Yum and beautiful, yummy summer dessert. I taste the sweet and tangy from the peach, that creamy chocolate. It's so good. So I hope you get to make this at home. I'll post the recipe, and also when you have the time right after this, please go and support any amount that you can to the Texas Restaurant Relief Fund. As a Board of Trustee member of the TRA Education Foundation, I am so proud to be a part of us supporting our industry right now, because we are the backbone of the industry. And if you love your restaurants, now is the time. We need your help. Go and cook, have fun, support your restaurants, and thank you for having me around. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Hey y'all, I'm Jenna Kinard, Executive Chef of Hotel Drover in 97 West, and I wanted to take a moment to make this video to say thank you so much, Billy Bob's Texas, for putting this together to support the Texas Restaurant Association. The outpour of support that we've received from our community during these incredibly tough times has been nothing short of amazing and makes me so proud to call myself a Fort Worthian. If you would like to donate to the Texas Restaurant Association, you can do so by texting Dishing Out Relief to 833-970-0618. Again, that's Dishing Out Relief to 833-970-0618. Thank you again so very much, and please enjoy this video that I recorded a few days back with my good friend Tony Green. It's a fun summer snack, deconstructed pina coladas, and I will be serving these poolside at Hotel Drover coming soon. For now, enjoy. See y'all later.
I'm Tony Green, and welcome to my outdoor kitchen. I'm here with Chef Supreme, Chef Jenna Kinard. Jenna, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Tony.
Oh my gosh, Jenna is one of the famous female chefs around town, Top Chef 2019, and the accolades will continue as you open Hotel Drover here in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm so excited for what you're gonna do.
I'm actually really excited to share this with you because these will be featured on our pool menu at Hotel Drover. And I came up with the idea whenever I was on the boat a couple weeks back, and I thought I would love a pina colada and I would love a margarita, but what if I could make them deconstructed?
No.
And put them on a skewer. I've done a deconstructed melon margarita, as well as a deconstructed pina colada. We've got watermelon, honeydew, and cantaloupe, and those have been marinating in 2 parts tequila, 1 part triple sec with a little bit of agave, and the pineapples have been marinating in 2 parts of the Captain Morgan white rum and 1 part Malibu coconut liqueur. I want you to go ahead and...
No.
Yes.
Girl, what's on top? What's
Right
on top of
okay,
this? This is too much.
What I've done is after marinating, I put it on the skewer and I squeezed a little bit of fresh lime juice on there with some tahini.
No.
And I think you're gonna really like this one.
I'm gonna taste
Let's dive in.
Girl!
I mean, these
the
guys...
flavor is there!
The flavor is there. You have to be careful. They're super potent.
I don't know, you're gonna take these on the boat, you're gonna be off the boat, girl.
Hey, it'll get you in the water real quick. So this is actually my favorite.
The rum is going into these pineapples, but separately, the infused rum.
That's right.
Is going to these cherries.
That's right. So once you get the cherries in, it's getting that pineapple flavor and also, you know, the rum. But we put them on a skewer. And then right here, I've taken cream cheese and I've infused the coconut milk solids from the can. I've whipped that in. I used a little bit of coconut extract as well as vanilla extract just to kind of balance it out with some confectioner sugar. I've dipped it in the mixture and then I toasted off some coconut just to give this beautiful deconstructed pina colada its final touch.
Girl, just toast it.
Now it is for you.
Oh
yes.
my God.
Let's dive in. Yes, let's cheers. Cheers.
Girl. Oh my gosh, that was fabulous, I have to say. I also prepared something for you. This you already know about because you infused this for me. So tell me what this infusion is.
Okay, so it's 2 parts of the white rum, 1 part of the coconut rum, and it's been infused with the pineapple.
I've got a little shot glass here. I'm gonna do a little 1.5 just off into that. We're gonna throw that, onto the ice. Okay, we're gonna give that 1 more because we're making 2 drinks, honey.
I love it.
I've got some fresh squeezed lime juice, and we're giving that just a little 1 ounce. This you brought a little agave. Okay, this is special because what we're making now, if you don't know the build, this is the classic build for a drink that's called the Old Cuban. So I'm doing different for you because I'm doing something instead of the mint. I wanted to do thyme.
Oh, I love thyme. It's one of my favorite herbs.
And then the other sweet ingredient that we're adding, Salerno. It's a blood orange Italian liqueur.
Oh my gosh.
It's a high-proof blood orange Italian liqueur. It really gives intense orange flavor. What I'm gonna do next is shake it.
Shake it, baby.
It's gonna be good. You know what an Old Cuban is topped off with?
What?
Bubbles.
Ooh.
Just something sparkling.
Yes.
And so for you, I'm gonna upgrade it and I'm gonna make it with Prosecco. Can I get some Prosecco? Oh my God, thank you so much, baby.
That is beautiful.
Can you even believe this?
I can't.
Girl, this is it. This is it.
Wow, okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting too excited. I'm going for the grab.
You're excited, I understand.
That is beautiful,
Finishing with
Tony.
a little salinity, yeah.
Wow.
Something for you right there.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, here we go. Wow.
Isn't that good?
It almost tastes hydrating. It's so refreshing.
Yeah, it does. It's
beautiful.
hydrating.
You know, I love the bubbles on top. Can you name this after me? Can this be a
gosh.
Jenna? Because I think that this is my most favorite cocktail of all time.
Beautiful as you, for sure.
Oh.
Thank you so much for coming on. Hello, I'm Tony Green.
Thank you for having me, Tony.
These recipes are going to be available for you just down below online. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bagwell, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this fundraiser for the Texas Restaurant Association Relief Fund. Brought to you by the Texas Restaurant Association and Billy Bob's Texas and Lux 214 Media. I'm Bree Bagwell. I'm going to play you a couple songs in honor of Billy Bob's and Honky Tonks. This song is called If You Were a Cowboy. When I first saw you with your 5 o'clock shadow, you were staring off into the sun. And your eyes shot through me as you took a shot of whiskey like an outlaw on the run. So it didn't take me by surprise when you walked right up and asked me to dance. But like a desert mirage, the closer you got, I knew you didn't stand a chance. If you had real dust on your boots, kindness passed down from your roots, I bet I would fall for you if you were a cowboy. If running free ran in your blood, you wouldn't have to pick me up. You just ride off with my love if you were a cowboy. You're just a big city boy wearing turquoise rings and your $100 ripped up jeans, smoking Marlboro lights in the bar every night, thinking that's what grit really means. If you had real dust on your boots, kindness passed down from your roots, I bet I would fall for you if you were a cowboy. Running free, wind in your blood, you wouldn't have to pick me up. You just ride off with my love if you were a cowboy. And ooh, if you were a cowboy. And if you were a cowboy. Cause I need a man who's raised up tough, kind that falls and gets right back up. Baby, you would make the cut if you were a cowboy. Cause I've got real dust on my boots, the kind that's passed down from my roots. I bet I would fall for you if you were a cowboy. If running free ran in your blood, you wouldn't have to pick me up. You just ride off with my love if you were a cowboy. If you were a cowboy. Thank you so much.
I think it's important to know and understand your fan base, but for me, I have no idea what they are. But I love them, and we will take everybody in the Bree Bagwell camp. Just come hang out with us, no matter who you are.
When you call me crazy, you bet I'm crazy. But don't you ever think, baby, when I have to love someone like you, baby, you're damn right I'm crazy.
Due to crazy time restraints, I have no groceries, and so I have nothing that I can cook for you. But I will say that on multiple occasions, I'm from southern New Mexico, and I will bring my friend's hatch green chilies, roasted hatch green chilies, and they cook them without peeling them first. So I forget to tell people, just because I was, you know, born and raised and have been cooking with chili my whole life, and the bags that I give them are unmarked without directions. So make sure you peel your roasted green chili first and take the seeds out if you want to take some of the heat out. I'm surprised that people don't know that, but I probably wouldn't know it either if I wasn't from New Mexico. So that is my cooking restaurant tip for all of you cooking at home if you get full roasted green chilies. I started in country music at a really young age. My family is very musical, and I think it's one of those things like you take it for granted until you get older. I'm from Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's real southern New Mexico, 45 minutes from El Paso. Ever since I was young, playing in the band with my brothers, we would cover Pat Green and Jason Boland and Corey Morrow. We were like a Texas country cover band. And so all I wanted in my whole life, I wanted to be a Texas country singer. I always have thought that like God puts these puzzle pieces inside of us, and it's like they're already there. I just have to remember, I think all the songs are already in us. We just have to put them together. The next song I'm going to play for you is called Cheat on Me. This was another #1 in Texas. Wrote this with my friend Courtney Patton. It's kind of a messed up song. It's about wanting someone to cheat on you. I wish you would cheat on me, and I wish I could catch you in a lie. I wish you would call me up and let me down and listen to me cry. I wish you could break my heart, and I wish you could look me in the eye and tell me there's another tell me goodbye. Then I'd say if I never saw you again, it would be too soon. Then I could make you feel real bad, 'cause my mama thought you hugged the moon. Then I could tell everyone just what you've done, and we'd be history. I wish you would cheat on me. I wish this could be enough, and I wish I could sleep at night. I wish I didn't hate myself, 'cause when I lie it just don't feel right. And I wish there was a tide red dress. I wish there was whiskey and wine. I wish you'd get down on your knees begging, baby, please. It was just one time. Then I'd say if I never saw you again, it would be too soon. Then I could make you feel real bad, 'cause my mama thought you hugged the moon. Then I could tell everyone just what you've done, and we'd be history. I wish you would cheat on me. You've never done me wrong, and you never will. Oh, but if I broke all the rules, then you would love me still. Don't make me say if I never saw you again, it would be too soon. I know you're gonna feel like hell, and your mama thought I hugged the moon. And I know that I should turn and run, 'cause you're not the one that you deserve to be. I don't want you to hate me. Don't make me do this, baby, 'cause I wish you would cheat on me. Oh, I wish you would cheat on me. listening. Stay safe out there so we can get back to the honky tonks and the restaurants. God bless.
Wow, what an amazing night. I want to thank everyone so much for joining us. I especially want to thank our chefs and our bartenders and our musicians for making this a night to remember. I know we all want to be back together, and we want to be back together and celebrating with one another. But until that's possible, events like this make it a way for us to experience all the great things about our industry while keeping that social distancing that's so important to us right now to continue flattening that curve. I want to give one last reminder. Please, please, we need to save Texas independent restaurants. I ask you if you can please donate, and if you can't or are unable, because this crisis has impacted everyone, if you know an organization or a company or a foundation, please ask them to contribute, because we really do need to save Texas independent restaurants. The number to text again is 833-970-0618. Thank you so much. Please go visit a local restaurant today and have a great evening. Bye now.